Docs. Khaiza's chat. Oops. Oh, it was still playing. I forgot the story of one was she got. I forgot the story of one was she got amnesia. Yeah, literally. That's how she got amnesia, bro. Holy shit. She spent like 500 years in like in a fucking casket, and then like forgot everything. It only took like a few nudgings throughout the story mode to make her remember that like, oh, that's the way she is. Okay, but we're just gonna be looking at some like Bayonetta legacies, right? We're looking at some like Bayonetta isms, right? One story was all over the place. To be fair, it is an action game, right, Leo? It is an action game, so I can forgive story mode for being all over the place. You can connect the dots here and there with like journal articles and like all the lore that they spill out for you throughout the main game. Like all those extra lore tidbits that they litter around the game. You can technically piece them all together and then do that. But as for like narrative, I get what you mean. Oh yeah, this trailer. Careless, yeah, so after Bayonetta 2, or I think it was like a little bit after Bayonetta 2.
Oh, another angel.
Yeah.
Must have missed one.
Damn. Damn, seeing this trailer again brought me memories of when I first watched this in the Smash 4 Direct.
Let's dance, boy.
God, this was like my favorite character to play in Smash Bros. 4. But you know the biggest hypocrisy out of this most celebrated character to make it in Smash 4?
I thought they were extinct.
She was a banned character.
Especially
nobody liked playing as Bayonetta when she came out in day 1 launch. Easy character, 0 to death. A lot of good like plus frames. Her bullet moves are really stupid. Nintendo had to do like a mini fucking what was it? Nintendo had to do a emergency nerf on this character to make her balanced in Super Smash Bros. 4.
The time. It's witch time.
She was like heavily nerfed. Her witch time was like nerfed. Everything, man. Nobody liked playing as Bayonetta. You know, I was the biggest shitbag because like I would play Bayonetta because that's my character. Fuck all these other Nintendo characters, right? I was like wilding out in college when I was like playing Bayonetta with homies. Man. See, look at that. Look at this banned combo. That's why no one will ever play Smash 4. No one. It's rather preferred to play Smash Ultimate. Look at this like busted character doing busted characterisms.
She's so tough. Don't be such a wimp.
There's a reason that I didn't have a problem with pre-nerf BAYO. I played Peach though. Oh, you played Peach though? You didn't have a problem? Okay, that's fair. But what I'm saying is like general consensus. General consensus of Smash 4 players do not like Bayonetta at all.
Don't mess with a witch.
She was like a hated character. Like there was a reason, right? There was a reason that what was it? How one character destroyed an entire game. Let me see this. Let me see this
Let's do it.
Bro, what is going on? What is this?
I don't know. I was stalling for time.
All right, man. Well, now I really understand why this is the last Evo. Last Evo from Smash 4. I mean, now you really get it.
That was probably the worst grand finals in EVO history. From the audience, it looked like two friends making a mockery of the biggest tournament of the year.
No, not like that. Yes,
the homie stock.
But if you knew the backstory, you knew that it was the culmination of years of being thrown at those two players. But not because they talk trash or because they were community villains. They were hated because they played Bayonetta.
You're making it easy.
They picked a top tier because they wanted to win. Instead, their character tore the community apart.
Yep. The character.
Bayonetta is arguably the most hated character in any Smash game. But the irony is that fans actually voted for her to be in the game.
We've been asking for...
Which is actually funny, because I think I remember Pablo telling me that it was actually the reverse. I think the Smash ballot, the #1 voted character in Super Smash Bros. 4 was King K. Rool. People wanted King K. Rool, but then Nintendo was like, alright, let's add Bayonetta. Which I kind of don't believe to this day. But I'm happy that, like, Bayonetta was in the game. I was a super shill for Bayonetta. You get, like, a lot of flack for people that really don't like Bayonetta, implying the community wasn't already torn. Yeah, I think they wanted to cater to the EU audience was the reason she was chosen. To the EU audience? Really? Europeans like that? Nah, this was when BAYO 2 was hot during that time. She was like #1 voted character though. The words of Sakurai say all. Really, in the EU region, holy shit.
For your opinion on the Super Smash Bros. Fighter ballot, and Bayonetta was the overall #1 choice worldwide.
A few months after winning the vote, Bayonetta finally arrived in Smash, and people were pretty excited.
I can't fucking believe it! No way! Fuck yeah!
Must have Medusa?
Medusa, really?
No. Oh my god!
It's literally like that reaction, that first reaction alone made my heart fucking stop. I almost fell down on this chair, on my old chair before. Bayonetta is still that BIH, still getting buffs in Ultimate. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like returning to 4, but she's not like busted, you know? She's finally getting off her crutches from the initial release in Ultimate. Exactly. She's finally getting off her crutches that she is getting now in Ultimate. Still not overly like busted, right? They're like Nintendo's trying to like steer clear of any like busted like flack that the community can like that the Smash game will deliver. Which that's an argument in and of itself. Like, what makes a character like busted or broken? You know, broken is fine. You could definitely have a broken character, but a busted character? Nah, homie, you can't have a busted character. You can have a character that ignores everything that makes up Smash. You can't have a character that entirely breaks the game, and everybody plays that character.
Is that all you got?
But that excitement was quickly replaced with horror, as the community realized just what the character was capable of.
Yep.
I'll give you credit. Oh! That's it. He's dead. Holy Christ.
Now with Salem. Salem being one of those characters.
Oh no! Take that, Ethan! No way! No way!
Yep.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that?
It looks like the shift in power is coming back into Zero's corner.
Everybody
Even with
was
all
playing.
this ridiculous
Bayonetta can
shield
still
type
carry
attack.
off
Watch out,
stage.
side beat.
Yeah,
Oh, we're
she
alive.
still does.
Down he goes! From the brink of death!
Bayonetta shot up to the top of pretty much everyone's Smash 4 tier list. It was
Yeah.
clear very early on that she was broken.
He picked it up on release, played it for a few days, and then proceeded to beat everyone in Japan in a huge tournament. Yeah, sure, the player, amazing, but no character in the whole series has ever been that easy and successful to literally pick up in a few days and play it at a tournament of that caliber and just win like that.
Smash 4 had already seen its fair share of powerful
Yeah, you can definitely do like 0 to death, but like as what the video is describing, Pika combos are natural. Well, yeah, but Then again, I haven't played. But here's the thing. Virgil is... No, sorry. Bayonetta is very and zoning is allowed. I never seen a recent Luigi get a touch of death. Peak smash right there. Yeah, definitely peak smash right there. Jesus Christ. Here's the thing. It's very much similar to, like, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for Bayonetta. Because what character dominated MVC 3? Virgil. Because Virgil was an easier fucking character. He had high damage output. He had an easier Ouroboros that costed only 1 bar of meter. Only 1 bar of meter. He had, like, long-range normals. And when he's at X Factor, he could just, like, level 3 kill your ass. But you could still win. Yeah, but Virgil is, like, in every man's team. And Virgil makes sense because he is the easiest fucking character. It's not, like, busted like Bayonetta. You can't have a busted character breaking all this shit. And she is, like, super easy. The moment you, like, figure out what Bayonetta does, alright, let me go into top 8. Let me go into, like, take that Evo prize pool money. Which is literally what happened. And I'm not saying that, you know, 0 to death, any other character can be easy. Because me, like, a Smash noob, I don't know, like, Smash combos now to this day, right? I only know classical fighting game. Fucking. But with other characters, it's just more like quote-unquote combos and just, like, pseudo follow-ups. Like, you get, like, a 0 death after, like, 1 or 2, like, mixes, and that's really it. And, like, reading the direction of your opponent.
Top tier characters, but Bayonetta was a cut above. She was fast, had incredible recovery, and her unique mechanic, Witch Time, made it extremely risky to actually attack her.
Yep.
But what made Bayonetta truly broken was that she had a one-touch kill combo from pretty much anywhere on screen.
The clock make them come to you. Put the screws to. Oh my lord! Is this how it?
Oh my God!
There you go.
It is over.
Got out there.
Salem snatches victory from the claws of defeat.
She had amazing offense and defense, and could confirm her kill combos from almost anywhere on screen. She had almost no weaknesses.
No
In my
weaknesses.
opinion, Bayonetta carries players. She's very easy to use, and if you execute everything properly, the opponent just can't escape anything.
So everyone hated Bayonetta pretty much instantly, but that didn't stop anyone from playing her. From pros to casuals, everyone wanted a free win, so they picked Bayonetta.
I don't know why people are so mad about.
Yeah, that's exactly the whole point of, like, an FGC altogether, right? Even though there's, like, this oncoming skit of, like, Mighty Keith, right? You enter a tournament, money is on the line. And when money is on the line, you want to win. You want to give it the best of your all. You can't be a bitch and just, like, pick someone else outside of this character. Because that character gives you games. Your best character gives you games. That's another polar opposite. But when a character gives you, like, free wins, and when money is on the line, like in a major tournament like CEO or Combo Breaker, you have to play that character. You can try to be, you know, switch around with different characters and just, like, go with them, right? But when you have a character like Bayonetta that's, like, designated as, like, a free win, an easy character, kind of like meta chasing, especially at that time. Exactly, like meta chasing, right? Like, when everybody played Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Everybody in this vicinity, or in my friends group, or especially who's into Yu-Gi-Oh, right? There are meta archetypes. There are meta, like, cards or decks that really sell you games. Like, what's a good, like, a good, like, overall good deck, right? Burning Abyss. Burning Abyss, that one archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! That debuted in the Arc 5 era, it's still good to this day. I'm not sure, but they're getting Link support, they're getting fusions, Fusion, Link, Synchro, Xyz. It's like the ultimate, like, deck. Like, it just doesn't fade away. Even with new cards and new erratas and new ban lists coming out, right? Like, I'm just only assuming, right? But there's always, like, that deck there's always that archetype that, you know, it's easy to use. Alright, I get this combo in 1, 2, 3, bam. Let me go to my locals, let me go to YCS, and let me take that prize money. That's literally what it is. Same thing for fighting games. Meta chasing, like, or picking the top tier characters. Picking Virgil, Doom, and Morrigan. Because especially Morrigan with the Soulfist loop. Soulfist zoning tech. And just winning. You can block out the mass number of unpopular opinions, right? If you want to win, you gotta win.
Bayonetta. Look, I paid $5.99. I practiced for a week. I deserve to be rewarded for my dedication.
Bayonetta was clearly too strong. So Nintendo hit her with the Nerf hammer in 2016. And for a while, people thought these nerfs actually worked.
We saw a very big nerf coming to Bayonetta actually.
Unless you're as cracked as
Ranchu. And a lot of people actually dropped her from being...
Here's the thing. Ranchu is a different case. Because we have seen in that one Tekken World Tour, Ranchu was what? A Devil Jin player. But then out of nowhere, he had this Pocket Panda. We don't know what Rancho plays because the only thing we've seen him Rancho as, he's a Tekken 7 player. He won a Tekken World Tour one time. He's a Devil Jin player. And so picking Panda was a very, very, like, obscure-ass choice. It's literally the same thing as, like, who's that one recent guy who won the Guilty Gear Red Bull tournament? Oh, Gobu. Gobu won Guilty Gear Red Bull tournament by using the lowest tier character you could ever think of, Gold Lewis. And he just dominated Diaphone, who is a really good Eno player. But that's a different case because once you're in that like upper echelon of like top tier players, once you understand how the game works, you can literally play anybody at just like that. That's the only exception. I paid $5.99. I deserve my 4 for 5 at BK. Don't you mean Wendy's though? Nanthonics? Or the 4 for 5. All performance at that point. Yeah. Exactly. It's all performance. It's like how much time have you put into that game? It's not like a dedicated main. His main is Zato. But then he was just like, fuck it. I'm good at this game. I can't remember. Or skill, I should say. Yeah, skill. Gobo was like, fuck it. You know, I'm not gonna be like this one stride main. I'm gonna pick Gold Lewis and I'm gonna go to town. All these, you know, American baka gaijins. Which he said, by the way. He said baka, which is Japanese for idiot. He said that in a Red Bull tournament. And the translator was like, oh, I know what baka means. Playing an obscure character no one knows hopefully is funny. Yeah. Exactly. It gets them by like surprise. It gets them by surprise. But you know, that's a totally different case. Sussy baka. Fucking. Oh god. Oh my god. Jesus.
Being possibly or the best character in the game, to sometimes even saying that she's not even top 10 or top 20. Like that was the level of change of opinion that some people had regarding Bayonetta.
In the end, the nerfs didn't really amount to much. Sure, it was harder for a casual player to 0 to death you, but pros could still kill you for breathing in their general direction. She was still the best character in the game, and no one else could really compete.
Wow. Oh my.
Are you serious?
Yeah, look at that. That's like a clear sign of rage at like the person who left. He just like threw his controller and just like smacked around to like a seat.
Yeah, that character is just ridiculous sometimes.
Fast forward to 2018, a year and a half after her last nerf, and Bayonetta was still dominating tournaments. The patches had long since stopped. There was no more hope for further nerfs.
Salem! No! Way, dude! Oh my god!
Yeah, look at like the disgust and like the rage quits in Smash 4 were always a meme. Yeah. The rage quits are always like a thing. That's how Nintendo gets their extra funds. The salt is delicious, says Nintendo. God. More controllers. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a personal, like, this, when, I think everyone has, like, that cringe, that specialized cringe, that, like, when they see a video of something that really, like, you know, mortifies them, they're like, oh, God, no. This is the kind of level that makes me cringe. I really despise, you know, seeing, like, controllers or arcade sticks, you know, just break, fall off the floor, you know, shit like that. I really don't like that. I like the pop-offs. I like screaming and shouting to an extent. But, dude, that's like a fucking controller. That's like, imagine, like, having, like, 90 fucking controllers. You bought, like, $100 for 100 controllers. They're $1 a pop. Oh, $1. Bop. Another dollar. Bop. Oh, my third dollar. My third controller. Bop. You know, that's, like, a lot of merchandise you bought just for those controllers, my guy, right? And you're just, like, GameCube controllers aren't cheap anymore. Yeah, exactly. Why did I think of, like, $1? What's the standard price for GameCube controllers now, chat? What's the standard? I mean, cheap controllers are solely for meme stuff. Oh yeah, true. Cheap controllers are essentially for meme stuff. Like how you see PC players rage kill keyboards. That's also true too. I hate seeing, like, just, like, all these, like, rigs or, like, these controllers or consoles. For a proper one, $40. $40, Jesus. 40 goddamn. Otherwise, they tend to be clicky. Jesus Christ, $40. That's still, like, a big spending call, you know? I mean, like, yeah, like, $40 is nothing to, like, maybe, depending on who that person is. $40 is not a problem, but still, that's a $40 controller you're smacking down on the floor because you lost a match. Jesus, man. Like, I do not... Again, this is, like, smashing down controllers are literally the epitome of, like, my cringe. That is, like, my specific cringe. I do not like seeing controllers being, like, you know, smacked down or broken apart on the floor. You know, just accept that you got the loss. Just accept that, like, things are, like, busted. Well, you can't control value when you're in a fitting range. Happens. Exactly, it happens. That's new and Nintendo licensed. Off-brand or second-hand or cheaper, but most people broke a button before resale. Yeah. You just, like, literally just, like, break the limits on the controller. And yeah, stuff happens. Rage happens. Your emotions fly. We can't be, like... We can't contain our emotions. We can't contain our anger. Because if we contain our anger long enough, it will explode. In cases like these, right?
It happened again.
Players were so
Zero's doing a
frustrated
good
by
job
Bayonetta
controlling
that
his
some
anger,
regions
but
even
yeah.
considered banning her. And while that didn't necessarily amount to much, people still needed to get their rage out.
Dude, I fucking hate this character!
And who better to take their rage out on than Bayonetta players?
And, like, during tournaments itself, you get people in the crowd or in the stands, you know, not definitely cheering for the other character that's not Bayonetta. Happens a lot. I've been in tournaments where I've seen, you know, people not shake people's hands if they, you know, got zeroed to death by Bayonetta or they got mad.
It didn't matter if you were new to the scene or an established pro. Anyone who picked Bayonetta got slammed.
It looked like he was about to be able to live it. Unfortunate for him. What a catch from Captain Zack.
Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh! Look, if you're going to be the villain, you might as well play the...
Just for the record, that's Captain Zack. Yeah, that's him. Let's never talk about this guy again.
It seems ridiculous from...
I just find people that get angry at video games constantly would be bad to party with. Same sort of vibe with angry drunks. Yeah, true. Very true. Like, they'll just be, like, talking shit or, like, mad shit, and you just don't want to associate with them. It's totally understandable. You know, for me, I get angry at video games, but I try to, like, keep it mellow and cool when it comes to, like, friends. I just hate, you know, the things that like I hate about video games are like annoying things or like repetitive things that are done to me over and over and over again, right? I hate that shit. That is clear in like action games, or that is clear in like fighting games where like, you know, I am totally frustrated by just them doing like a one-trick pony on my ass, and I'm not learning my lesson. Yeah. Remembers your first day playing Knockout City? Oh, let's not talk about that, motherfucker. Yo, when are we gonna do Knockout City? Let's have that night. No, it's fine. Lag is my bane, or platforming segments with bad controls. Yeah, literally that's what it is. Lag, cause literally, it's not only well, no. What was it? Oh yeah, right. Well, lag is like a totally different category because, you know, when you have bad online like Smash Ultimate, or like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Dragon Ball FighterZ, the game, I always make this comparison. Delay-based netcode, which is what those games are, or frame delay netcode, feels like you're walking on cement. Or like, if you're not swimming, right? If you're in a pool and not really swimming, and you're just like walking on water, or like just trying to move around in a pool, it feels like that. Like, there's like weight around your legs, and you can't really move properly other than like your hands. That's literally what delay-based netcode feels like.
From the outside looking in, but it really did happen. In most scenes, picking a top tier is just how you win. But there were a ton of factors at work. Between declining viewership and lower character diversity, Bayonetta players were scapegoats, and people took their rage out on them.
Yeah.
Salem almost won. He got all the way to grand finals using Bayonetta. A lot of people saying he's carried by his character. Bayonetta's stupid. Nairo and DeBuzz only got 13th, 17th. This is bullshit. How is this guy winning? I don't know how many of you guys know Brawl history, because if I've learned anything in the past month of casting, it's that a lot of people don't know what happened in Brawl. Salem has won in Apex. You guys know that, right? An international event featuring hundreds of players, the best players in the world.
And as Bayonetta mains kept picking up top placements, the community revved up their hate engine more and more. And at EVO 2018, that hate reached its peak.
You want to give a second chance at life because you might not find yourself with one. Captain Zack is electric in these openings.
And with a little fire and fury right now. So is the crowd. They're playing with a little fire and fury as well.
Both MKLeo and Tweak, two of the best players in the world, couldn't attend EVO that year, which left the tournament with no clear favorite. Well, there was one favorite, Bayonetta.
One of these Bayonettas will be hitting the loser's bracket. One of these will face off against Captain Zack for yet another Bayonetta ditto in the winner's final. We'll find out who it is right here, right now.
There were 3 Bayonettas in top 8 at EVO that year, and 2 of them made it to the grand finals. Captain Zack versus Lima, Bayonetta versus Bayonetta. It was a match that almost no fan wanted to watch, and it was enough reason for most of them to just tune out.
There's always some boos, but most of the people that would boo just left. The crowd kind of dwindled down after that happened. Not even that happened, after that was decided for EVO.
From the start, the grand final seemed a little bit off. See, the players were just kind of joking around with each other between games. It looked more like a friendly you'd see at a local than the grand finals of the biggest tournament in the world. When Captain Zack accidentally self-destructed, Lima gave him a homie stock. He lost a stock on purpose instead of taking the advantage in grand finals at EVO.
Alright, so you know how I feel about homie stocks? Right here, Lima can just play hard, get the win, and no one gives him even 1% of the shit that they got for what happened. If he just played it out right here and just played it and won, the people would, you know, they would moan about Bayonetta, but you know, they always moan about Bayonetta. It would just be another tournament. But the fact that Lima went for the homie stock here is kind of what began this whole disaster.
But for the most part, they were actually playing the game until this happened.
Bro, what is going on?
Yep.
What is this?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Well, now I really understand why this is the last EVO. Last EVO was Matt and Mori. I mean, now you really get it.
They just sat there, charging Bayonetta's bullets and doing nothing for almost 2 minutes. The only reason they even started to play again was because Bear, one of EVO's TOs, stepped in to save the day.
Oh, dang. Dang! Yo, Bear came up there with the rules set.
Wow,
Yo, look, let's go, Bear. Bear MVP of EVO right now.
So basically, they held the B button down and then they didn't move. And then the rules are, if you're stalling and you don't continue the match after being warned, they would have both gotten disqualified. So that was the first
they would
yellow
have
card
both
I
gotten
actually gave,
disqualified. That's
in
really
tournament
funny.
Setting where like I explained to him afterwards, like that's actually stalling. It's against the rules for all games at EVO. And if they continued without warning, then the winner would have been the person that got third place.
To say the Smash 4 community was unhappy with this grand finals was an understatement. They were furious.
Bro, imagine if I did that. Oh, if I did that in Melee. Me and Mewtwo King, I guess. Oh,
yeah,
dude,
man.
What would have happened? I would have gotten shot. I think I wouldn't be here right now.
You can see it as just a dumb stunt done by two teenagers who have since grown up and learned from their mistakes. But that didn't stop people from going in. People accused them of ruining EVO, which was Smash 4's biggest and arguably last major tournament before getting replaced by its successor. In many people's minds, Smash 4's time in the mainstream spotlight ended with that grand finals, which meant that, for most people, Bayonetta ruined the game's legacy. As the years went on, many of the high-profile Bayonetta mains retired from competitive Smash. It wasn't just that Smash 4 was dying, it was that they couldn't handle the hate that came with picking Bayonetta. And just a few months after EVO, Nintendo released Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, effectively killing Smash 4 forever. Bayonetta is not the same terror she was in Smash 4. Nintendo learned their lesson and reined her in. She's a shadow of her former self and brings up the lower middle of most tier lists.
I want to say that, like, yes, Nintendo learned their lesson, but also at the same time, Nintendo was playing it safe, I feel. Yeah, because, you know, we have seen that, like, they literally just nerfed the shit out of Bayonetta, but then what happened in Ultimate after, like, few certain patches ago, or, like, all the way into, like, before Sora launch in Smash Bros. Ultimate, Bayonetta was kind of back into form. Because you can't really have, like, a character that's just, like, taking away all of her, like, fundamentals and tricks, right? You know? Keep some level of Bayonetta true to herself. Because that's, like, her character archetype. Like, it's literally, like... Imagine if, like... How is it? What'll be a good comparison, right? In Smash, right? Imagine if they, like, toned down the... Imagine if they toned down Minecraft Steve. They played favorites. Yeah, they literally, like, played favorites. Exactly. Like, sweet lord. But, you know, it goes back to the topic of, like, broken versus busted, right? You know, again, you can have a broken character. It's totally fine. It's totally normal. Every fighting game will always have, like, the broken character. The one character that, like, okay, he's broken. He or she is broken, but there's never any... I heard something. There's never any fan outcry that what happened with... That's, like, literally what happened with Bayonetta. Because Bayonetta's busted. What else is also a busted character in fighting game history? Leroy. Leroy from fucking Tekken. Bro, when Leroy came out, there was an EVO Japan where every single motherfucker in that top 8 was playing Leroy. Only 2 characters were, like, left out of that list, and that were out of the Leroy herd. That was like Jack 7 and Brian, I think. Maybe was it like Cosme or something? I forgot what it was. But literally, Leroy broke Tekken 7 because of how good he was. Everybody was super hyped for, like, blind-ass Win Chun-Men. But then what happened after? He became an overpowered son of a bitch in Tekken 7. And they had to, like, nerf him down to make the game even, like, viewer-friendly. Yeah. But that's, like, certain cases where characters can be busted in fighting games. And I agree. Bayonetta is busted. Because it destroys a fucking community. Made players really fucking get out of their seat and leave. But it is totally fine to have a broken character. And I think that's where, like, I feel a lot of, like, people kind of mix that up. Like, oh, you can have, like, you can have a broken character, but does that mean he's busted? No, he's broken. It's just things, like, work. He has a weakness. He or she has a weakness. Busted would mean they have no weakness. It is definitely possible to kill these characters if you're broken, but if you're busted, no way. And that's what, like, Bayonetta was. She was, like, busted. And that's kind of like the legacy that, like, she left off after Bayonetta 2. When BAYO came into Smash Brothers, everybody hated her, sadly. I was, like, one of the ones that was, like, perfect shill, or they want their favorite character to be busted. Or they want their favorite character to be busted. Oh, that's just, like, again, another case of, like, fan outcry. Like, I want to do the same isms, but, you know, it wouldn't make sense, you know, because, like, they have specific routes for every single Smash character. Everyone has, like, a specific route that they go to. Bayonetta is a completely different case because she has, like, unique combo potential. Whereas in other Smash characters, you have to, like, there's, like, a specific route in their, like, quote-unquote combo structure that they go to that, you know, is kind of, like, viable. There are weaknesses. There are there. Bayonetta's combo structure was not really a weakness. She can literally just, like, free combo you and call it at that, right? Or they want their favorite character. You know, it's like saying, like, in that aspect, it's like saying, let's have Ganondorf give him, like, 50% damage for each of his moves. How the fuck can you allow Ganondorf to have, like, each of his heavy hits, even though he's already a heavy character, do, like, 50%? You can't have that. There has to be a limit to what he does. It's already bad enough that he has, like, a fucking shield crush move, or this, like, giant sword, or, like, his elbows that really do so much damage on hit. You can't increase the damage output for that. Or make him, like, a speedy variant of, like, Ganondorf. You know, he's a heavy character. Giving a heavy character with a lot of speed, like Sheik or, like, Zero Suit Samus, doesn't make any sense. You know? It's just fan outcry because, you know, it's just frustrations that come from the other side. Like, I do not like playing against this character. I do not like playing against a certain matchup. Please get me away from here. We want an escape. And that's what, like, Smash 4 players, especially from this video, illustrates. We want an escape from BAYO.
But Bayonetta will forever have her place in the pantheon of broken Smash characters. She destroyed an entire game, but more importantly, she almost ruined the lives of the people who played her. And no amount of nerfs can ever undo that kind of damage.
Yeah.
Thanks for